streaming. Here's the thing. It's on right now. It should be streaming in a second. There it goes.
I'll just follow you.
Yeah, so I need you to check the video real quick. Okay?
Check the video real quick on your Tri-Hammer. I'm on it.
Yeah.
Fancy. Yeah.
It should be called Savage Art of Play Trolling with Herminard and Blonde Beer. Okay?
Yeah.
And
I am on it.
put the volume on and tell me if you can hear yourself. Okay, so say something to yourself.
You can hear yourself.
I can hear it myself.
Okay, so say something
To myself?
yourself.
What's going on, YouTube?
Yeah, I don't hear you. You don't hear yourself either, right?
Not if I mute.
What?
Now it's muted.
That was muted. But could you hear yourself? Not me talking. Can you hear yourself talking?
I could hear myself through your YouTube page, but now I've muted it.
Okay. Alright, that's all I need to know. Alright, so we're good. What we're going to do? Go on Universal Battle?
I am on UB1 actually.
On UB1?
I just uploaded some of the demon battle.
Alright.
In case that's a nice place. I don't know.
Apparently my Flash player doesn't want to play right now. Allow it. Let's see. Continue.
Doesn't want to play.
1 second. It'll be there in a second. I thought I had to update it. It didn't. Alright, okay. Sign in. So guys, welcome to Shyhammer and Herminard's Savage Art of Play Trolling here. Basically this is a live feed, meaning that if you guys have questions about ETC specifically, or anything in general about the game, or anything really, you could just go in and just pop in and ask away. That's what we're here for.
Yo.
Oh, go ahead. Herm's here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
What's going on, YouTube?
Greetings, nerds. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Don't mind my accent and don't mind asking us whatever.
What accent?
I'm just I opened what accent?
What accent?
It's a Norse accent. It is sort of like speaking English, you know. No, I don't know. Us Norse, we feel that we have a lot of accent. I don't know how much accent I have. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
That's the way to do it, man. You're not supposed to give a shit.
I totally don't.
Let's see. I'm gonna throw out an invite because we were supposed to be joined by Blonde Beer. Don't know what happened to him. So if anybody would like to join, we actually have space for like 1 or 2 more co-hosts to come on in and just talk. You know, and also fill the void of questions for ETC. Herminard, how did you do overall in ETC?
In ETC, I think I did okay. Yeah, I think I beat some Irish and I beat some Germans, but since when does that qualify for doing anything good?
Is this how long has it been since Ireland's been in ETC?
Ireland, I think they just missed out last year.
Oh,
they were there the year before. Yeah, okay. Ireland's been a staple team of the ETC.
Okay,
I mean, Wood is such a classic.
I don't know because like I only came in last year, so I don't know the history of ETC. So
yeah. So I decided to bring a list that was sort of a bit of, what do you call it? I think Bobo called it a hot jambalaya. Crazy makes hot jambalaya. That's sort of what I aimed for. I wanted people to look at my list and say, what the factual fuck? What is this? And just not know what they're going to do and how they're going to
I did not want to play you. I did not. To be honest, the majority of the reason was because you had the 3 mortars.
The 3 mortars.
The 3 mortars would have fucked me up, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
The
That's true.
the MSU I didn't mind too much. I went to dinner with Team Australia the day before, or like a couple days
Yeah.
before we played.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You guys have to play Herminard." We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Herminard and Carl Eric's lists are made not to give you any fucking points."
Oh, that's so. Well, good thing they don't understand what my list is then. They and nobody else at ITZY, including me.
He's including you. Oh man.
Okay, so if you look at this deployment that we have now in UB1, this is not exactly, but approximately how the demon player took turn 1 in a diagonal deployment,
Yeah.
like this. Like this, we are divided like this, so he puts up like this.
Yep.
And we have 2 markers. He places 1 marker here, and I place a marker here, approximately.
Okay.
So when I look at this, what am I thinking? What do you think? Be me. Well, start with what is the demon player thinking? We are playing secure target. These red points are the markers. What is the demon player thinking here?
And he already deployed.
This is his deployment, yes.
He's planning on just keeping the horde there, not moving, and then taking the other 2 units on the other objective. Or he's going to take 1 objective and just destroy you with the rest of his army.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's a herald. He's a hatred dude. So either he's going to, lock up here, here. He's going to lock up here.
Okay.
Up north, he's going to hold, and he's going to push here.
Yeah.
Or what else? What are his other alternatives?
He could just come forward and kill you.
Either that, or he will just rush with everything. Right?
Yep.
Everything.
And just leave one unit back to.
Yeah, maybe this will just stay here. Yeah, because how will I contest this, and how will I stop this? Right?
Yep.
Yes. So now, James, what do I think? What is my plan here?
What is your plan here?
What is my plan? I know that he will take first turn.
Yep.
Not
entirely sure, man. Don't know how you play this.
Yeah. You know how to play this.
I know. I mean, to be honest, I know your 3 mortars are gonna go ahead and kill the fucking the giant horde. That's a given.
They have hard. The giant horde have a hard target.
Really? Because the BSB?
I have. Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes.
Oh.
So what do I do? What am I thinking here? What are my problems when I face this?
I don't think anybody can tell you what you're thinking.
Oh, that's so. Okay, then I will tell you. I make a 3-layer trap.
Okay.
You understand?
No.
It's not a trap with 1 layer. It's a trap with 3 layers.
Okay.
So first, I'm looking at where is the scourge placed. The demon. Where is he placed? He is placed here.
Okay.
Right? So then I have to swap seats. I have to not be me, I have to be the demon player.
Okay.
And I have to think, what does the demon player not like? The demon player does not like 3 mortars to his face. Right? So I place a mortar here. Over here. Far over here. And I place a mortar here. Far over here. And then I place just 1 mortar here. Right?
Yep.
So there is a spot here that he can opt to move to here. Right?
Yep.
Next to the rocks here. Where this... Oh shit.
That's cool.
It's alright. This bottom mortar here cannot see him.
Yep.
And this top mortar here cannot see him.
Yep.
Right? Neither of these can see him. So I just get 1 shot. Right? With this. Just the central mortar can shoot him. If he moves there. Right? And I fully expect him to move out here. And I fully expect him to move here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And this. Right?
Yeah.
But I want the thruster to just move only to the rocks. And by deploying my mortars, like if I deploy them by mistake, I give him a very strong incentive to not move forward, because if he moves only this space, he will get 3 mortar shots to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I offer him this little gift to stand here.
Yep. What's his what country was this?
Finland.
Finland. Okay.
Fun story, we had to drag one of their players twice from under the table before we could play him.
I saw him sleeping under the table.
And I still think he managed to win this game. I don't know. Our team plays so crap. Okay, so here's the diagonal. Ish. This is ish the diagonal. So maybe the dogs were not exactly there, but you get the picture.
Hey Yuri. And also there is a Madrid Mike who said you're a beautiful nerd, Herminard. And I have to agree, you are a beautiful nerd. And Jocelyn
I think I'm a beautiful...
Yes. And then Jocelyn Collier said I heard. Oh, here's your voice. I think that's what it is. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the second layer of my trap.
Yep.
The second layer of my trap is that when the demon moves into this spot, because I assume by now that the demon will, if it does not, I will have to make another plan, but I have another plan as well, but I assume that he'll follow this plan. So the second part of the trap is that when he moves approximately here, and these dudes have moved approximately here, and approximately like this, and approximately like this. Well, the dogs don't move exactly there because some other reason, and the Furies will move approximately here, and the can will move approximately here, and approximately like this.
Yep.
Right? Something like this.
Yep.
I assume something like this. And it is what I get.
Yeah.
So, in this position, when it's my turn, I move the pistoliers straight to the face of the demon. Like, shove it in his face. And I give extra orders, so they shoot extra range.
Okay.
So I get 30 shots short range. And I get... like so, the angle here is actually a little bit important, because the BSB are not supposed to see this unit here, so they can only charge this unit here, who is playing. They are playing hide and seek over here in the ruins. Because either then he will have, no, these Furies are actually over here. I forgot. Like so.
Okay.
So either the Furies will charge me, I will lock them up, we will fight there for a good time. He cannot move at least. He will be deadlocked. Or he will charge me, I will shoot, we will fight. He will start swinging away from the center. And I move the mage into this unit here. Like so.
Okay.
And I measure that it's approximately...
Is this honestly how you deployed with the rest of your army, or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And the rest of my army down here, I'm thinking I want to block his dogs.
I hate those dogs.
So this deployment here with the flagellants is a deployment that I do very often. I just seal off half or a corner or something like this. Because now if he moves out with the dogs, I will fight him. So the dogs are sort of stranded, you see? You see that the dogs have issues entering this space?
Yeah.
And here I place the double demographs. Like so. So because if we push in, I can double charge him or maybe something else. And then I have a unit of... These are in here. I have a support unit here. I have a support unit here. Something like this. Something like this. Let's see, something like this. Like this. This, and maybe like this. I think approximately this. Something like this. So when I like this, I think. Let's measure and see if this is what's ahead. I wanted to measure that this overrun path here could not hit these, so I was standing like this. here, but outside 6 inches here. This is outside 6 inches. And then I wanted this to be inside 6 inches. And then I wanted the angle here. It's a lot of angles and shit, I tell you. This angle here, I want it like this. Good, they're out. And then actually this unit was more like here. Yes, something like this, I think. Let's measure here. No, wrong measure. No, I was a little bit closer. Like this much closer. There. Now, do you see my 3-layer trap? What am I planning to do? I have some characters somewhere. The bees and the other dude are managing the leadership from here, I suppose. What am I thinking? What is my 3-layer trap? So the first layer of the trap is that my mortars will offer the greater demon to not get shot 3 times.
Yep.
And that's a simple offer to take. My second layer of the trap is that I will pour whatever gunfire I can from the pistols into him. And I will do it because I have 2 weapons in my arsenal that he doesn't like. The first weapon that he doesn't like is the Scorching Salvo.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who likes the Scorching Salvo? But the second weapon that he likes even less is the Bubble +1 to wound flaming.
Yeah.
Because this greater demon has regen and heavy armor. So he will be on 5+ ward saves only with 30 shots.
Yeah,
so that's
+1 wound.
That's 15 hits. That's 5 wounds. That's maybe 2 saves. So that's 3 wounds. He doesn't want that. But then he has to take the Scorching Salvo. But he doesn't want to take that because then he loses furies and shit. Okay?
Yeah.
So in his turn, so I shoot at him and I make 1 wound at him with the guns. Because he scrolls the +1 to wound with big dice, and then he stops the Scorching Salvo on his own dice. And then he has entered a mental state where he knows that if he doesn't charge things, if he doesn't clear this, get rid of all this stuff, then his greater demon will get stranded and he will get pounded with more fire. So the greater demon first takes the charge of the mage's unit.
Mm-hmm.
So he clears the mage's unit. Well, actually, we can do it in the order that he did. He charges here. He takes this.
Okay.
He wants to take this. Fine, he'll have this. Then he clears this unit with his.
And then he takes DTs.
And he takes some DTs. Yes, I want that. Like so, right?
Uh-huh.
Then he clears this unit. Fine. So they end up here. Fine with the mage.
Yep.
And then the greater demon.
Yeah.
Have to clear these. So he clears them. Fine. They're not off. I measured this better when I.
Yeah, I understand. It pushes them close to the edge.
And then what? And then what will he do? Actually, this was a little different. I think they also went through here actually. Then what will he do?
So
will he fail charge?
He has to fail charge, and then he's stuck where he's getting shot by all 3 mortars.
No. Yeah, so he doesn't want that. So instead, what does he do? What is the target here?
Oh, he's gonna fly around to the other side now.
No, he has charged.
Oh, he did declare the charge.
He did declare first 1 charge.
Yeah.
Then he cleared the mage.
Yeah.
And then he will charge again. Or will he not charge? Will he take the 3 more charges, or will you charge?
But if he charges into there, he's gonna take all the counter charges, right?
He will, yes.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, so what was his good option?
I think his good option is to take the mortars.
Take the mortars. Take
Yeah.
the pistol shots. And take the mortars.
No.
But the older-
You charge the pistol units. They run away. Okay. And honestly, his best his best option before he charges the Bloodthirster is to charge the Furies into those units.
I'm not exactly sure if he had the angle for the Furies, but maybe he could clear one unit with the Furies. Yes.
Yeah, and then with that, you're allowed to, take care of one of the threats.
Yes.
But if he, like you said, if he charges the Bloodthirster, and if he sees the fact that you're just gonna flee and run through every unit, there's no point in charging. At that point, you just got to get the better positioning.
Well, he had to flush because else he gets shot again.
Whenever I
So
play,
I think
whenever I play somebody who I see they're honestly setting up a trap like this, like I could see it saying, if I go forward and think about this, like, shit, he's going to countercharge me, or he's going to do this, or he's going to do that, or I'm going to fail charge and I'm going to be stuck getting shot. I would rather risk taking the shots because I at least have a 4-up regen, and there's a high possibility you just miss.
Yes.
But there's no good reason for him to charge unless he just charges with the Furies. Or
I think by this part of the stage, part of the game, he's still whipped into a frenzy by his teammates, who are telling him that there is no possible outcome where he will not win by any less than 15-5.
Okay.
Like, that is physically impossible. So he goes charge, 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 charge. Everything charge.
Yeah.
So when the Bloodthirster then has cleared this, so these are cleared. These are cleared. Sorry, these are cleared here.
Yep.
And then the Bloodthirster charged these off. Boink. It was something like this. I don't remember the exact angles.
Yeah.
It took some time to measure it up.
Yep.
So then what does the Bloodthirster do?
If he already charged twice, he has to fail charge.
No, he has only charged once. He only
Oh.
cleared the mage. So what does he charge now?
I would honestly fail charge or go for trying to do a long charge into Demigriffs or something.
I think the Demigriffs are outside this max charge.
Yeah, I would not fuck with those Imperial Guard units, because if you do, you're getting all the combat res and you're gonna lose.
What? Why are you playing this with the clever hindsight of Dead Demon, huh?
Because I play Empire. I played against
Oh,
Empire.
yeah.
I know I can't do that. I know, because I do the same thing. I have the giant trap of goblins with the banners and the ranks and all that, and just let you lose combat res. I'm not gonna fall for that, but yeah.
So on the next table, Palmu is playing. You know Palmu?
No,
He's on UB all the time. Palmu.
no, I don't.
Palmo. He's on UB all the time. He's
Yeah,
a
but-
UD
but-
player.
I play at different time zones though.
Yeah, so I once set a CR trap for him where I scored 17 static CR.
That was brutal.
So Palmu have been telling the demon player, do not walk into one of his traps. But the greater demon does this. Bong. And I say, thank you.
That's brutal, man. Oh, that's so
So,
brutal.
What happens here?
So if you have a champ, you just challenge it, and then you win by combat res, and he pops.
How much do I win him by here?
Oh man, let's see. So he'll have a charge and 4 wounds. So he'll have 5, right?
He has charge.
You'll have a charge, a flank, a big flank, and then you have what, 6 ranks that you get.
I get only 4.
You only get 4, and then you got 2
Yes,
banners.
because he kills the champion. He kills one champion. 3 banners, yes.
3 banners. Okay, so got
Yes.
charge, big flank, 4 ranks, 3 banners. You're at 10 combat res. You win by 5.
I win by 5. Exactly so. So he already lost 1 wound, and he slaughters my champion. And then he loses by 5. And his BSB is out of 12 inch because of... angle this
man.
a little more, actually. So his BSB is out of 12.
Yeah, the 12 inch. Oh, that's brutal, man. Oh, that's brutal.
So, but it gets more brutal. because in my turn, then it's my turn.
Uh-huh.
And then I charge like this. Then I charge this. Because he's so big I actually can fit both units, like this.
Is he that big?
So he's that big, yes. Exactly so big. So how much am I winning this combat by?
Oh, you're destroying him now. And again, if you have another champ to give him.
I have a champ to give him. So
Yeah.
how much?
Well, you were at 10 before. Now you have you still get all the ranks though for the extra units, right?
I get 4 ranks this time too.
You get 4 ranks plus the extra two banners. So you're at like 14, I think, roughly. I'm just assuming.
14 is correct.
Okay.
So 14, he still does 4 on. No, maybe I only got 13.
Okay.
I win by 9 anyhow. So that's a good night, Bloodthirster.
Yeah.
Over here, the puppies take the bait and eat my flagellants. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Over here, he push in here. I get the long charge in. Because why not? Why not just take it?
Yep.
One of these lands. The other one fails. The demis move up. More demis move up. These guys rally. More rallies. More rallies. These guys die. These guys turn.
Yeah.
This guy pops. These guys turn. These guys turn.
That's brutal.
Guys turn. I don't lose any models.
You lost 2
I
champs.
lose champions. Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Like this, and I move this here for support in case. No, yes I do. In case he wants to charge here with the letters into here, like this. He moves these down here to block. He takes off these guys, like so.
Yeah.
And by this point, if you look here, what am I trying to achieve here?
You're gonna try to kill the BSB unit now.
Yes, or there's actually what I want him to do is to overrun into the mortar and run off the table, because then I can just grab the objective that's up here. I'm guaranteed to get both the objectives.
Yeah.
So, but what happens instead is that these guys flee down here. These guys turn. Well, they are massively depleted, of course. Massively depleted unit.
Yeah.
Like so. Then I shove this. Let's see, this was wrong. This unit here is here. This is here. This unit comes in here. This unit here has managed to strand up to the rocks for a fail charge. What else is there? This unit is stuck here. These are rallied, and here I set another trap. Well, like this. It's a hairy trap, but I'm setting it. Fuck them. Like this, like this. These guys are rallied. With both of these dudes in them. These guys are turned. These guys are also turned, I think. Or was it opposite?
Yep.
It was opposite. It was this way. This way it was. Like so. So he will charge in.
Yeah.
By now I'm pounding him with short range mortars. So he's losing some. But he's Still,
He's still, yeah, he's
Proper.
still, yeah.
he comes in here.
Good hammer still.
I flank him here. Bonk. Like so.
Yep.
Actually, this was partly in the woods, so it was a little bit further.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I'm charging my 2 marshals into his unit.
Yep.
Like so. What sort of plan is this? I mean, what sort of plan is this? What will happen here? Give me your predictions.
Well, he's gonna rip apart the guys in front of him. He'll attempt to kill the character, at least one of the characters, because usually you didn't have any ward saves, did you?
They have toughness 4 and 4 plus armor set.
Yeah, so I would kill the characters.
Yes.
But you still have hand weapon shields on everybody.
Yeah, parry.
Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. I mean, he's going to kill the guys in front of him, no problem, right?
Yes.
Try to kill
Yes.
your characters, but you'll probably
Yes.
be steadfast because of he already lost probably a rank or 2 from the mortars.
Yeah, full rank at least. I think probably around full rank. No, actually a little less. I think he had 22 models left when he turned.
Okay.
There's just 8 models.
So you'll be able to hold steadfast with the unit on the left at least, and then after
Yes.
that, you get a counter charge.
So these guys are down like here. They don't die. They're just. I think actually there are 3 models left in this unit as well.
Okay.
I don't care. So then he reforms. Like so. And like so.
But it's your turn next.
At some point I burn these and I charge these, they die. At some point these guys joined here. These kill these guys and come back on, but are depleted. Like maybe 3 models left. So come back on. I have to stop the demigryphs from grabbing the objective. These guys are rallied. Are moving up here to annoy. What else is there? He has turned this unit here. Oh, come on. Like so. He's not in a horde formation, but it doesn't matter. He's in a wider formation than me. Like so. Actually, this unit that he almost killed off, they flee this. The unit that is almost killed off the last turn, flee this direction. So they're there, not in the center. Yeah. So they rally in my turn. I charge in the rear. And I charge him in the flank with the militia. Of course I do.
Yeah.
Not the militia with the mage, the other militia.
Yeah.
Like this. And if you look at this situation. And my mage will move like here, I think.
Okay.
It's just a soft drink, nothing strong. As my wife lift the bottle of booze and ask, "What's this?" Sorry. Anyway.
I think you just admitted to her it's the booze.
Yeah. What will you do about it, woman? She will drink. She will have some of my booze and then she will have some of my juice. Anyway, so if you look at this situation, what is the perfect spell for this situation, James?
Flaming Swords bubble.
No, not Flaming Swords.
Why
Something else in Pyromancy is much more potent.
A cascading fire. Cascading fire bubble.
The cloak, yes. Yes, but and everybody says the cloak spell is so shitty.
Oh, I love it.
What is it?
I don't know. I love it.
For this situation,
Yeah.
look at how many strength 4 hits will it take?
Oh god, a shit ton. Yeah.
11. You're like 11 strength 4 hits on a toughness 3 model with a 5 plus armor save and a 5 plus ward save.
He gets a 4+ ward save against magic.
Sure, I don't care.
Yeah. You're still killing a bunch.
You think he gets a 4 plus ward save against that?
Yeah, he does.
I'm not sure. You think he gets a 4 plus ward save if you get the +1 strength buff off?
No, not the +1 strength buff. He gets he gets the MR1.
Because it's a direct damage in combat effect? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. In the end, though, he crumbled so much, only the BSB who is in contact with my BSB, in the challenge with my BSB, is alive. He just totally crumbles. The 4+ to hit bites him so hard, and I have fighting extra ranks on this unit, and fighting extra ranks on this unit. So I have actually 30, 40. I have 42 strength 3 attacks. So you just do the math on it.
Yeah.
Do it real quick. He has something like to the front. He has 11 attacks, and he hits on trees. No, force, and then he wounds, and then he wounds on trees, because he is no longer strength 5 on the charge. And then I get the 6+ armor save. So that's just 3 wounds. And to the back he gets half of that. So that's just 4.5 wounds. And what am I getting? I get the flank. I get the strong charge to the rear. I get everything. I get a heap of wounds. It just kaboom. Goes straight down. So what else is there? These guys turn tail and flee for absolutely no reason. Because what points are they worth? This cannon flees for no reason. This cannon dies. These guys die, of course. These dogs for some reason pushed out against my demis. Okay, fine.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So there you have it. What do I lose? This is what happens.
You lost like very shitty units, like not very shitty units, but like very little.
What did I lose? If you look at it, this is what happened. What did I lose?
You lost just the demis, no?
I didn't lose no demis, no.
Oh,
They beat up dogs.
Oh, I thought you said you lost it to the dogs.
I lost actually this unit of this.
Did you lose the BSB?
No. He win over the other BSB in combat. Without hatred, he's not so dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has better strength, but no.
Yeah, you lost nothing. You lost a couple of freaking Imperial guards.
No, I have 3 models left in each unit. I lose nothing from guards. There are 3 models left in each unit. 3 out of 15.
Yeah.
Is yeah. No, actually, maybe I lose half of guards for 1 unit. I think so. Yes, I think I had 3 units, 3 models and 4 models left. So he gets half of 1 guard unit. Yes, he does. So I lose I lose 1 unit of militia. I lose 2 units of flagellants, and I lose half a guard unit, and I lose 2 champions. And he loses everything but 1 unit of slaughterers and a cannon. In close combat. True story.
That is crazy. 20-0.
20-0. His teammates wouldn't have him hear the end of it.
Of course they won't.
I wrote on his t-shirt, hashtag TVI lives. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
I have one of their t-shirts.
From the Finland team?
Yeah, I have the Orc Players Night Ones t-shirt.
How do I mute other... I can hide it?
What?
Actually, yeah, it was just the balance team. They're going ballistic over what powers they still possess.
Oh. Don't get me started on those teams, man. I fucking a lot of the stuff I says goes unheard, and then people are like, "How can we make goblins worse?" It's like, ugh. Anyways,
You don't like the reign of the 1,000 small kings? Why not?
oh, I love goblins. I love goblins, but everybody,
No,
everybody on
I mean
the huh?
I mean the administrators. You don't like the rule of the 1,000 small kings?
Everybody.
It's like it's what we have in Ninth Age. We have a king for this, a king for that, a king for this, a king for that, but no coherency. So when you look at the list and how it plays, what do you think?
Oh, it fucking. I mean, it fucking. Again, it's. I wouldn't have done that, but I'm not playing a bloodthirster list either. You know what I mean? But that's brutal.
Yeah.
That no matter what, he's going to have. I think that's the major flaw with the bloodthirster list is it has to use the bloodthirster as its primary hammer. And I mean, there's not much that can stand up to it straight up, but combat res is his enemy, and you have combat res. You know.
Yes.
So he needed to use his small charges, his slaughters and whatever, to clear out your chaff and get into combat before his bloodthirster. He needed to use his bloodthirster's flying ability and get behind the units. And then that becomes an issue.
Yes. I think actually he should just. I think if I play this list, the DM list, I would just play the long game and hunt demigryphs with my thirster.
Yeah.
Just don't bother with anything else. Hunt demigryphs or hunt the bunkers.
Yeah.
Try to hunt the bunker and the demigryphs.
Give me access real quick.
Access for you.
Yeah, give me access on UB.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, man.
Oh, no worries. Let's see.
So now I'm going to showcase one more game, if it's okay.
Let me do one real quick. It's not even a whole game. It's just something that happened.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I need a bigger building. There we go. It's locked. Okay, that's fine. All right. I had a game. Against a player. I'm not gonna say who it is, but if you watch my battle reports, you can figure it out really fast. All right. All right.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Hold on. I gotta get all the players in this. He's an Orc and Goblin player. I'm an Orc and Goblin player. All right.
This is ETC.
This is ETC. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Hold on a second. And
does he love Conados? Cownados?
He might have walked away with my Cownado, yes.
Oh, okay.
I honestly think he has it, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything back. I'm not gonna badmouth anybody.
Okay. Oh.
I'm not gonna badmouth anybody. Where the fuck are my cave goblins?
I will not badmouth anyone either, but you know, the night is dark and full of dangers.
Full of terrors, it is.
Yes.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Full of blood. Yes. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
Can you clear your models real quick, or just put them to the side?
I'm moving to the side. Yes.
All right. I have to find a couple more pieces. 1 second. We're playing Breakthrough. Okay.
Yes.
And we're both Orc and Goblin players, which Breakthrough is just god awful unless you have Boar Boys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which neither one of us have Boar Boys. Okay. Who else is a player in this? We have Crom, we have Zod, we have the Cave Goblins, and then his BSB.
Yes.
I gotta find a BSB model. All right. So really early on in the game, I mean really fucking early on in the game, he kills my Pyromancy. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Like turn 2. And it was. I fled. And when I fled, I only ran 3 inches, and he caught it. I was like, fuck. You know? Anything more. A 1/4 inch or 3 inches and a quarter, I would have been fine, because he needed double 6s to get in, and he got double 6s.
Yes.
Oh, so he got real comfortable. He started moving his units out. So he has his BSB.
Yes.
He's on the top half of the screen. He moves his BSB
Yes, yes.
outside of the unit, puts it right back here, and all he's doing is using it for the BSB bubble, right?
Yeah.
He started flying this guy around. I used Crom to chaff him up, to run into him. He does a couple wounds. He wins combat. I'm just trying to do a crush attack, and then every time he wins, I'm steadfast because I got a monster rank, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
So in the time being, I have my my common goblins. They've been dying, but they're just running up the side, and they're eventually going to get up there. And there's nothing he can do about it. There's just like nothing he could do about getting my unit. So he decides he's going to start running his cave goblins this way. Well, he's like, he is literally like, I'm in a bad spot. Like this, where his angle he has them where they're just outside that 12, right?
Yes, yes.
So I'm like, fuck it, I gotta stop him now. So I charge Zod in, right? Zod gets in combat and holds him up, right? Zod takes a couple damages from the fanatics, but he's holding him up. So I call my timeout, and I'm like, you know, I bring over my one of my players. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be an issue. I'm like, my Zod is in a spot right like that where I can't even get my cave goblins in on the next turn, right? His turn happens. He finally kills this guy, the idol. He turns to face my cave goblins. Okay.
Well, that's the great green idol. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
it was
yes.
a great green idol. So now he faces my cave goblins, and I'm like, shit. I can't even charge in because Zod's in the way, and I forgot the way he reformed. It was just whatever. I could not get in. I was like, fuck, I made a mistake there, right? So my teammate's like, well, why don't you just try to hide him behind the building? Well, the thing is, if I reform to get in between the crack of the building right here, right?
Yes.
I'm cutting off how many inches I could get, and he still sees my back end when I reform, right?
Yes.
So, for easiness sake, I'm just going to go like that. So I do anyways. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to just try this anyways, okay?
Yes.
So I reform. I walk up as much as I can. He can still see my butt, right?
Yes. I see where this is going.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my god. So, and I'm destroying the fucking goblins. Goblins can't do shit to Zod, right? So he's losing bodies. He's losing bodies. He's getting to a point where he has like barely a rank left, right? Like every turn I'm killing more and more with everything, right?
Yeah, I see them dropping.
Yeah, it's goblins against Zod. All right. So then my magic phase comes. And what I try to do is I try to do stupidity on his general. And I'm like, fuck it. He's going to fail this, right?
Because he got witchcraft.
Huh?
Because he got witchcraft.
Yeah. The wizard
the
wizard that's alive in that unit is witchcraft, right? So I throw
that's so
stupidity on him, and he's like, no. So he throws all his dice, he stops it, right? So then I go ahead and I use all my dice, the remaining dice, to do a boosted Raven's Wing.
Okay.
I pick up this unit, I turn him around,
Yes.
like 10 inches, and then on my turn, I shoot all the shots to kill the fucking BSB. He was so pissed that happened. He was so pissed that happened, right? Now here's...
I will ask you now. Was he so pissed? He might have stolen a fucking Madgit.
He potentially might have. Here's everybody watching now, because this battle report's not coming out for a while, okay? This battle report's not coming out for a while, so you guys could put the pieces together, okay? But I don't think he did it on purpose. I'll show you what happened. When I find
Of course he does. Who the fuck steals a Madgit?
Nah, I know, especially the Count-Nado. Okay, here's the two fanatics, but this game, I'm not lying. It was a extremely frustrating game, but at the same time, it was one of my most fun games because it made me try so hard, right? I had the A-Rock up here threatening his War Machine, threatening the flanks of all his little goblin units. He decides to turn the goblins around, throw the fanatics out, and he already used the fanatics out here to hit Zod, right? And he looks at me and he goes, I can't find my fanatics. That's what he says. He's like, I don't know where my two fanatic models are. I said, here, use mine because I already
Oh.
mine were already dead, right? So I gave him 2. He uses the 2. He throws them over here through the spider.
Yes.
Okay, does a
Yes.
couple wounds onto the spider, and then he
Yes.
forgets about him. Not only that, but behind the spider is where all the dead bodies are.
So this is the dead pile.
Yeah, that's the dead pile
That's
up
the
there.
picture that you posted on Facebook.
That's exactly
of the
what
dead
happened.
pile.
That's exactly what happened. So when I picked up everything, I forgot about these guys because they're in his dead pile.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure the next game, Game 5 against Ukraine, I didn't use them. In Game 6 against Bulgaria, I didn't use them.
So this is game 2 on Saturday.
Yeah, Game 4.
Yeah, game 4.
Yeah. So here's the one thing I mentioned to my teammates, which is, if he did accidentally grab them, he had a whole day to be like, "Whoops, I got these."
Yeah.
You know, but he didn't. Anyways.
I predict the Cownado. I predict it here now. The Cownado is not dead. He will return. We will see the return of the Cownado.
Well, the other thing that he could have potentially have done is cleaned up his models and seen them and just left them on the table, like, "Whoops, those aren't mine," and just left them there. And somebody else just walked by and was like, "Hey, whose are these?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could have happened.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's
so here's what's going on now. So I kill his BSB. He's pissed. There at this time, I am not kidding you. There's a picture of it. There's like 40 or 50 people watching this game. There's so many people because it was like the last game of the day. Everybody else is done, and everybody's watching Shy Hammer's game, right? So they're all like.
I think I actually walked by that game. Yeah.
So everybody's surrounding. It's turn 6, right? And he's pissed that my cave goblins got away from his fucking wyvern, right? So he measures this out, and he, it's hard to measure around the building. He has line of sight of Zod's ass like that, right? And he can't figure it out because the building is in the way, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, this is the far end. You want to get to the close end to figure out how close you need. You need, like, is it an 11 or is it a 12? We can't tell. So again, there's 50 people watching the game. He does this. Picks up the building, moves the building out of the way. Okay? We measure it. Okay? He fails the charge. He could have fucked me up, but he fails the charge, right? By 1 inch. Then he moves the building back.
Yes.
Okay?
Why is the building blocking your goblins?
So, I didn't think anything of it. I'm so focused over here on what's going on over here, right? 2 turns of combat. Zod kills these guys, right? We're moving on. We're doing whatever else up on the top half with Koopa and the spider and the war machines and whatever. My other goblins walk across the field. They get to the end zone. And then he looks at me and gets really angry and goes, "Your goblins could not have killed my BSB. My BSB should still be right there." And he pulls out the BSB and he's like, "My BSB is supposed to be here. He was hiding behind the building and you can't see him." And, for a second, I'm thinking to myself, like, did I fuck up? Did I do this wrong? How did I do this? Like, how did I make this mistake? Because I'm like, I don't play to cheat. I never freaking cheat on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, if I make a mistake, it's a mistake, And I'm thinking to myself, like, holy fuck, did I really fuck up this guy's, like, thing? Like, shit. Like, because it would have mattered for, like, re-rolls on stuff and whatever.
Of course it does.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, how did I fuck up? And again, there's like 40 people watching this game, right? But I'm just like, and I'm like apologizing to the guy. I'm like, wait a second, maybe there wasn't that many shots that should have gone in, And not only that, but he argued the hell out of the fact that the goblins were able to reform while flying. He's like, no, you fly straight forward. I go, dude, it says it on the spell. You're able to reform. Plus, it's a flying magical move, so I could turn and reform wider if I need to and get all the shots in, right?
Yes.
He is arguing with me everything. Now he's arguing with me, and for like 5 minutes he's arguing it. And not until my coach, which is my dad, tells him, "Dude, the building's supposed to be here." He's like, "It's on the table. You were the one who moved it." he's like, and it was like, I'm glad my dad was there to say that, but like, oh my god, it was
puppy. Go puppy.
It
Go
was
pup.
it was so frustrating, man. Oh, it was just yeah.
I just had to take a strong sip on that one.
What?
On that tail.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just had
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of the games that some of the games I finished early, like against Turkey, because
I rarely finish early. I rarely finish early.
my army is not a very fast played army, but one game I finished early, so I took some time to watch a lot of the games.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just so much weak spirit, so much weak nerd spirit. I go and look at the Denmark playing against, who was it, Swiss?
Yeah.
And they played for 4 hours. I mean, it's guys who have like 15 ETCs between them, and they played for 4 hours, and they can't finish turn 3. What is this? What is this? Huh? What is this? So that's just, I mean, that, if that's their hobby, fine. It is not my hobby. It is not why I spend time and money to go to Salamanca. I go there to create the best spiritual experience I can get from playing with nerds and playing with miniatures. It's just, it's so weak. I think it's just so fucking weak. That's what I think. So you want to see how my game against Germany went?
Yeah. I'll clear this out in a second.
It's this table.
Hold on a second.
I'll just add some.
Okay.
So he has, let's see, he has some archers. A couple of units of archers. They're probably like this.
Yori, I also lost my camera got destroyed by a Monster energy drink, so my pictures were a lot less. Is Blonde Beer here? I don't think Blonde Beer is here. Oh shit! Fuck. Blonde Beer is here. All
He's
right.
here now?
Yeah, he's here. Let's get him in the chat. Blonde Beer, we need you on Skype. Do you have Skype, Blonde Beer?
Probably less.
What's your name on Skype? Oh, beer and beer. Alright, I got it. Beer and beer. Search Skype. Add contacts. Oh, I should have gave him a message. It's me, motherfucker. Blonde Beer, I send it to you. Accept! So now we'll have 3 accents.
3 accents.
People won't understand anything we're saying.
Hello?
Blonde Beer!
Ooh, what's going on, Blonde Beer?
Well, apparently the Norse can't tell time because you get guys at 5 o'clock.
It might be a time zone difference, dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. How you doing today, Blonde Beer, while he sets this up?
Got a hefty cold, but
You got a cold?
that's pretty much it. Yeah, in Spain, more places.
Oh yeah, I saw that
No
on
idea.
Facebook.
Oh.
You got
Well,
something.
just
I
wait.
lost something in Spain.
Yeah, I heard the drama.
What on now, James. Are you bragging about losing your virginity?
No. There was a
No.
girl. There was a girl there that like straight up was gonna rape me. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And my dad's there, which is making it worse.
What she look like?
Well, I'm not gonna say, man. She was watching my game 6, and she was just standing by my table, and I'm just like, and like I'm not the only one who noticed it. Like everybody noticed it. Everybody was like, "Holy shit, dude!" And she was just like, "So, where are you from? When do you leave?" I'm like, "Oh fuck."
You feel your clothes coming up?
No, my dad was there, man. My dad was there. I was being a gentleman.
Always a gentleman with the bitches.
Always a gentleman with the bitches. But what was I gonna tell you? The funny one to me was the girl from France.
Yeah.
Cause like you know, I mean we're all fucking nerds. We're all like a room of 300.
We are all fucking nerds.
We're all like a room of like 300 to 1,000 nerds in that fucking big ass room. And this girl walks by and she's a freaking model from Spain. Okay, she has long legs, real pretty. I'm not gonna say anymore because I know they watch the videos. But
so it's a pretty girl from Spain. I mean, Spain have pretty girls.
Oh no, she was from France. She was from France.
France.
So she
Okay, so a semi pretty girl then.
She walks by, I look, right? She walks by again, I look again. She walks by a third time, and I'm just like, and I tell like the person I'm playing, I'm like, holy shit, I want to know what table she's on, right? And she stops and she looks at me and she goes, say that again. I'm like, fuck. She caught me. I was saying something. She fucking caught me. I was like, God damn it. And she goes, no, say that again, right? And I said, I wonder what table you're on or something. I forgot what I said specifically, right? And she goes, I knew it. I know your voice from YouTube. I was like, what the fuck just happened? She's like, my boyfriend watches all your videos. I was like, oh. I was like, oh. And that made me laugh. I was like, what the hell?
Okay. So here we have, what am I facing here?
You fought, is this Super Orco's army?
It is not Super Orcos Army.
Okay, no.
You want to do Super Orcos Army instead of this?
No.
Are you guys also in UB or something? Need to look
We are
at
in a room in UB. It's called TVI Adventures.
UB1 or UB2?
UB1.
UB1 because UB2 is too complicated for a poor sod like me.
Alright. One of my teammates used that girl to distract his opponent. He picked his stable side so his opponent would look at her all the time.
I was really disappointed when they moved us on a table once, and our table was right there next to her, and then they moved us away, and I was like, damn.
Oh damn.
It sucks.
Okay, like this. I have.
I'm just saying that guy got second place on the singles tournament, and I could honestly believe that she is probably the reason he won a lot of those matches. Because the opponent was probably staring at her, you know, like.
Risto, are you there, Risto? Risto Nikolov came to ETC in Serbia in 2015 with a girl with bazookas. I'm calling it. It was a girl with bazookas. Risto played an army, a demon army, with no bells and whistles. It was an army that was bought on a toy shop on the corner. But this girl, she came with all the bells and whistles. And at one point, she was told by the referee, Miss, you have to put clothes on, miss. Okay. Why she was told to put clothes on? Because the person she was playing against could not finish his game. See guards, and I have one more unit of guards, like this. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Really quick before you go, Joseph Abel, if you want to join the chat, let us know. I'll throw you in here.
Okay, so this is approximate deployment. I've dropped my first skirmishers. He drops everything. Says I will take first turn, and we are playing flags.
Okay.
Okay, so what am I thinking now? Let's do that game again. What is Herminard thinking?
Where's your army at? On the side?
My army is just. I'll put it in the center here. What is Herminard thinking?
See, that's the funny thing is because the guy's list, looking at it versus yours list, is a list that I would put against yours. Like giant hordes. This is
yes.
What army is it?
And,
it's Empire.
No, it's not Empire. It's the peasants of Ikitonia.
Oh, it's peasants.
These units have relics, so they are stubborn.
Yeah. I would honestly, I would just push forward. Fuck.
So I would push forward into him?
No. That guy's gonna push forward. I would push forward if I was that guy, or just sit on the objective.
I think the objective is flags.
Yeah. I mean.
No, it's not. It's the flag. The objective is center. Sorry. Objective is center.
Yeah, I would try to sit on the center.
You would try to just walk onto the center and just sit there.
Joseph said he wants more reindeer heart.
Who, Joseph?
Joseph's the infernal dwarf on my team.
Yes, with the sombrero.
Yes.
Yes. Of course you can have some reindeer heart. There's always more Rudolph to spare.
All right.
Okay, so what is Herminard thinking here? What am I thinking?
If I was you, I would focus on getting a couple units to the flank. You'll break his steadfast, and you have to focus on killing his.
He's stubborn. He's stubborn. He has 120 peasants here that are stubborn.
Yeah, but that would be my goal. My goal would be to try to destroy his steadfast, kill the stubborn, pop the units.
Yes. Okay. So how do I do it? What do I do? What do I place where?
Oh man, I'm not an Empire player, man. I'm an impulsive Orc and Goblin player, okay, man. Just can't give me that.
So the first tool that I have here is that I know. But first we would just have to establish what is the weak link of his chain.
That smaller unit.
The one that doesn't have a relic, right?
Yeah.
That's very simple. Is this unit. I want this unit. No matter what, I need this unit to come forward. Right?
Yep.
If this unit does not come forward, I have no game. Okay?
Okay.
So if I want this unit to come forward, what is the one thing in my list that he really hates?
The mortars.
The mortars. So I will place the mortar on short range here. Come have it. Sika. Come. Right? And then I place 2 deep mortars. Approximately like so. What else is there?
They can draw them out. Demigryphs.
Yeah. What else? Where will I place the demigryphs?
Just show us, man.
I'll just show you.
Don't make me think I'm painting too, man.
Okay, so
I can get the
demise deep and far.
I can't get.
What's that, Blonde? What are you saying?
I can't get you to work, so I'm using the YouTube to see your deployment. But
Yeah.
I'm a bit behind, so.
Ah, that's alright. And these will also just stay here, like so. And I will anchor on the right with the flagellants. And these flagellants, I actually want them to fight. This game, I need the flagellants to do big work. But I have to bide my time. Because inches that are sold already, look, these inches are sold.
Yori, he's from Norway.
Yeah. These inches here, like if I put on the 11-inch mark here, all these inches here are sold inches.
Yeah.
You get me? I cannot retract them. The inches that I have moved forward are inches that I cannot retract.
Yep.
But the inches that I have come from here is very easy to gain. So backtracking is very expensive. Moving forward is very cheap. Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And here I will just deploy in checkerboard pattern here, like this, something like this, something like this. I don't remember exactly, but it's something like this, okay? I think it's something like this. All the characters together in one big lump in here.
Yep.
So he moves up in his first turn. He moves up to the 22-inch mark.
Okay.
Because he has moved 10 on the blocks.
Yep.
So he was maybe a little deeper with the blocks. I don't know. Anyway, he moves up to the 22-inch mark.
Uh-huh.
And takes some dangerous terrain tests. Yada yada yada.
Yeah,
And he doesn't
care.
No real damage. And he moves these. And he also marches with these. He does this.
Interesting.
Oh, come on. Oh, God.
Yep.
Why are these not just magnetized? Fuck you, Flash. Okay. So what do I need to do here? You know martial arts, right, James?
Not really, no.
Okay, but you know the principle, at least in sword play or in some types of martial arts. If you know that your opponent will give you a beating, a real bad beating,
Yeah. You redirect it.
you will not run away from him. You know?
Yeah.
I see a lot of players in this situation, for instance. If I have trouble with the wall here that I'm facing, I cannot run away from the wall. The wall can march up 10 inches. There's no space for me to run away from the wall. If I run from the wall, next time he will move there.
Yep.
Next time he will charge.
Yep.
I will be dead. So I have to do like a pack of wild dogs. I have to get in really close and limit his ability of movement. And then I have to take off chunks. And then I have to pile in. Is how I have to do it. Right?
Okay.
So, let me see if I remember exactly what I did. Oh, I moved this unit here. It's a bit of a like so, maybe. I think maybe I moved it here.
Okay.
I'll just move them roughly, and then I'll tell you
That's fine.
approximately. Yeah. It was the other way around, like so, and like so. And here I move this up aggressively.
This guy's
I
playing.
move this
You
aggressively.
ever watch that movie, The Mighty Ducks?
Mighty Ducks, no.
No, you're doing like a flying V formation, man.
It's a flying V formation.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a bad joke, but it's a joke.
Sorry, I'm shitty with references that are not connected to Norse mythology.
I know. Before we started the video, I made a Vanilla Ice reference, and he had no fucking clue what the hell I was talking about. He's like,
You're talking about my mother?
Word to
You
what?
want her to grease up? What is it? What? She's ready for you, James. She's ready for you. She's a big mama. She can take you. Vanilla Ice. I heard about them. It's the
About that.
ice babe, right?
Yeah.
But apart from that, no clue, no fucking clue.
Oh man.
So I'm moving like this, approximately. Okay. So let's not play games. I'll just tell you what happened. Okay.
Please.
Yes. He comes charging in because he, like the demon player, knows that he will win this game.
Yep.
Right? So charge there, they hold. They must hold. And of course, I pound with the mortars. And if you look at the range here is 24, is 24, is 24.
Yeah.
And I'm hitting. Every mortar is hitting. And the German player, you know the Germans with their cups, their leather cups with dice?
Yeah.
And he starts banging the dice on the table with anger on the middle of the floor. So models are really shaking on the trays, even if all my models are magnetized. And he thinks I am so fucking lucky. But 4+, that's 50-50 to hit, right?
Yeah.
But I have 4+
Not for
with a
me.
reroll. It's a 4+ with a reroll. So it's a 75% chance that for each individual mortar to hit something, you know?
Mhm.
So if I focus and one hit on one brick is 36 models, right?
Yeah.
So I get 2 hits on one block, bang bang, 2 big hits. That happens 1 in every 4 turns, and I also get a small hit on one brick, on this far brick here. So he gets really shaky with it because it's proper depleted, because it gets hit 36 times, or well, 35 in the big one, then 35 in the big one, and then 25 killing on what is it? Is it on 5+ then, right? So I deplete the block, and also all these shots are coming in on 4+. That's 40 on 4+, right?
Yep.
So he's taking fire. It's no joke. The peasants are going down, right? So he charged them. There, he charged in. Here, he charged, and I declare flee. Bonk, I will flee. He charge again, I will flee again.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. Here, he will... Actually, I think that my characters were in a brick here, actually, like this.
Okay.
Yes, I think it was like this. And my characters were in here because when this brick will flee, this unit here will flee, this unit here will flee, and there was space here. Goes so like this. This goes here, flees here. Like, oh fucking come on. Here, this unit here just flees off. Happens. Leadership 9 will reroll, not always. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
So that's a fail charge, and that's a fail charge. Like so. And the peasants don't kill all of these, but they kill a lot of them. And they pursue into maybe this position. This position, maybe.
Okay.
And these are like depleted. Half of them are gone. I can fix that later. They land. Yeah. Okay. So, what is my position now? Any chaff? No, he doesn't. He moves these over here. So it's important for me that I have enough aggro going with the demiglyphs that he does not touch my backline. I want my demis to take the heat. And I want to keep him moving because all this archer fire is no joke, especially not with the catapults. So he focused everything on the demiglyphs, and he kills one here, I think. And nothing here, nothing on the east flank. So then I will move my demiglyphs aggressively here. like so. The ruins were not exactly there because the Spanish terrain was shit. There, I will move this up here, like so. Here I move this here.
Yep.
Like so. I move this. I rally and move this here. And then here I set up something. See this unit here, it can move 8 inches. This unit here can rally and move 4 inches. This unit was actually standing like this. Yes, standing like this. And then out I move these units. Like so, and these move far.
What the hell is your demigriff? It's like a guy. It's a guy holding a skeleton.
It's the evil griffs.
Evil griffs.
So I set up this here, and I jump from the bunker into the archers because I have to.
Yeah.
Very scary, but I have to. And here, okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to have these outside the line of sight of this bunker here. They will not see my... This is the first thing. They cannot see this. So I will move this so far that I cannot be seen. This far, right? And I will turn them so I have them to the front. Right, this is still front. Right, this is still front. Still front. You get?
Yep.
And this unit here, I'll just move it 4 inches. Shift and move it 4 inches like this. Right, like this. So I have the space and the option to do all of this. Right?
Yep.
Actually, this unit is placed further like this. It's not very important, but it matters a little bit.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So in this case, this far left unit is now sensing the trap with them. It doesn't want to charge with them anymore. Right? He kills this mortar in his turn. So he's sensing the trap that if he goes in here, he's fucked. It's true that it is, but he doesn't realize before it's now his turn. Right?
Okay.
The charge that he declared is this unit here. He will clear them. No, he declared the center charge first. He's in a ruin. So we'll clear the center charge first, right? And I hold. Even if there is the what do you call it? The relic is in there. I must still hold. So I hold, and then he moves them in, and because I don't know if it is because he has been banging his cup like I don't know, but when he comes in. He moves the unit, and he moves them sort of like this. And then he wheels, sort of like this. And my unit was not placed exactly there. My unit was... So he gets this overhang.
Yeah.
I meant that I had measured that he would not get this overhang.
Yeah.
So my unit is more like this, actually. And I meant that I had measured that he will not get this overhang, but he was in the ruins. Then he gets to this position. And I'm about to just move the models in. But I said, well, that was a flank, sir. Instead. It was a little bit more like this.
Yeah, I get it.
So then
and then he...
in this position. And then Lagerlöf comes over, and it's... I understand that he can only rule from where the models are when the models are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the wobbly
The boards.
no, the wobbly
Tables.
ruin that
Oh.
he's in the middle, it was very hard. So in the end, we decided to okay, and some of the moves had taken a long time. So all of the moves that I have done, some of them have taken a long time.
Okay.
So I said, in the end, I said, fine, I will just put it in the front because it doesn't really matter, because he has
Stubborn.
stubborn no matter. So even if I win, it doesn't matter really, right?
Yeah,
But the unit
it's
is depleted, so it's not 70 anymore. It's more like 25.
Okay.
The far east one is untouched. So if we this unit here, this unit also moves up here, of course. Sorry. Oh, up. Sorry. This is so like this, and this unit will flee. This unit here will flee into here, and this unit will flee and have to go off the table. It's okay. It's a sacrifice that is okay for me.
Yep.
Then it comes like this, right? So you see the trap now?
Mhm.
You see the trap?
With the flagellants.
Yes, the flagellants, and the center is exposed. Look, the center here is exposed here. Flagellants will come here.
Mhm.
His backline is very exposed, and he can no longer push in this position, and he has deadlocked this position. He's not winning this position, it's just deadlocked.
Yeah.
Yes. So he has to do this, like so, and like so, and like so, and like so, and like so, something like this, and then it chafes here. And he somehow manages to clip the unit, but it's okay. He clips the unit. It's okay.
Okay.
So it's like this, right? But now he's getting really nervous and very angry, because he's realizing that this very easy game is no longer very easy for him.
Yeah.
Right? So then comes my turn 3. I go in here. I don't charge the griffs, but I charge in my flagellants. Flagellants charge in, like so. Boom. And I rally here, and I move down here, and these move here, and I move my characters here. So you cannot see anything with them.
Yeah.
So they are just now stranded.
Yep.
You cannot see. They're facing this way. Actually, I think it was the other way. It's not important. It's not important. These guys move out like this. Actually, these were more like this and this. And then he starts, at this point, he starts getting really angry with how I'm going to wheel this unit. Because I have 7-inch wheeler, yes?
Yeah.
So he starts placing a physical barrier in front of my demigriffs. Right? The only thing that I'm going to do is to wheel from here, where I cannot see the rear of his spearman, into a position where I decidedly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he causes a fuss like a motherfucker. I'm just going to tell it like this. It says I am. It calls me a cheater. He calls me a cheater to the point that I tell him, "Sir, do you want to step outside? I know how to fucking wheel. I measured the perpendicular of the unit, you dumb fucker. I've done geometry. I'm specialized in IT. I've done discrete mathematics." Yes. But yes. So, and he's losing center. And flagellant, I tell you, man, flagellants. They are so good at killing peasants. I get 15 attacks. I hit you on trees. I kill you on twos. He gets a ward set. Right? So they flank, and he does, like, I'm toughness 4. He doesn't do any wounds to me.
Yeah.
So he turned to me instead. Turn to me instead.
Yeah.
Right? And he backs off some more hair. Back off some more hair. It has to turn this unit again to face off. Give me the flank here, or like this, I think. And this will just stand like, a bit like this to get like the maximum distance from both demiglyphs. This one is more like, well, it's in a bus formation, but it's facing this. So all this is okay. So my next turn, I charge in these guys in here. Right?
And now you got double flank to
And
break a steadfast.
I charge the flagellants in here.
Yeah.
I charge the more flagellants in there. And I charge the demiglyphs in here. So this is my turn 3, right? Like so. He turns this to, he doesn't want to fight her anymore. He turns this away like this. And by the end, it's not very important. By the end of my turn 4, this unit is gone. Right?
Okay.
No, end of my turn. This unit is gone. I have this unit in the front here of this unit.
Okay.
Because I pinned it with the rest of my demiglyphs in the rear. And there he has all his characters. Right? No, he has one character here as well. One character here as well. This unit is heavily depleted. It's like this unit is free of the combat because all of these are dead. All their friends are dead, so
All their friends are dead.
all friends are dead. They're dead, so they're dead.
Yep.
So they are free to either charge them in the rear or here charge into the archers. Okay, so and we fight his turn, and then he ends up with just the mage and the general left in this unit here.
Yeah.
And it's 15 minutes on the clock, and he starts thinking really, really, really thorough about what to do. I mean, how many charges are we going to declare in this position? Here we have charge here. It's a heavily depleted unit.
There's like a jet above my house.
Herminard, is this his turn 4 or turn 5?
This is turn 5. Turn 5 for me. Because we killed a lot in turn 4. Turn 4 was just killing. This is turn 5.
Turn 5 and you only have 15 minutes left.
15 minutes left. And then he starts, okay, I want to do this charge. Okay, fine. Actually, it might have been turn 6. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I think it's actually turn 6. Because killing 200 peasants take a lot of time. But he started. So we have his 6, my 6. That's what I think we have. Yeah, I think so. So you want to do this charge. But after he declares the charge, he says, oh, I have to think if I have any other charges. I have to really think about this. Yes. So what are his legit options? He can either charge his depleted archers into demiglyphs in a losing combat.
Yep.
Or into these flagellants that are actually 10 wide instead of 5 wide, because I have the space for it. Okay? So I have the objective. I have his general and his mage on their knees. And he starts wondering, what will I charge? What will I charge? And then he decides, actually, I don't want to play this game anymore longer. I want to be finished playing with this game.
And it's the top of his turn. You still have your turn to go.
Top of 6. The top of 6. After declared charge.
Oh my god.
It says, I don't want to play this game any longer. I want the game to be finished now.
You're supposed to decide that beforehand, man.
What? No. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
How? Yeah. I think it's weak. Very weak spirit. Very weak spirit. It's so weak spirit. I mean, if I had seen it happen at the top tables,
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly
because that is where we find all the weak spirit distilled in the top tables. But in the middle tables against Norway, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Why does he not want to just spend the 15 minutes, roll the dice, end the game?
Yep.
Why? I think he could give me the courtesy of playing the game finished. Actually, I don't give a fuck about the points. I truly don't.
Yeah.
It's about giving the 6 fucking turns. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And I'm not impressed by it. I don't think his... I mean, I spend a long time moving my models. Fine. I spend a long time measuring all the angles. Fine. But I try always to give the 6 turns. No matter what army I play. I think in this instance, you see player who is come to the point where he's hell-bent on not giving the 6 turns. I think it's very weak spirit. Not something we should see.
Do you have games like that, Blonde Beer?
Sorry, you asked me something?
I said, do you have games like that too?
Not at DXC this year. I only had great opponents, and pretty much all my games were finished in 1 hour or 2 hours max.
1 hour? Jesus Christ, I wish I could do that.
I play really fast myself, and my army is quite simple, so my games just fly by.
Yeah. My dad was heckling me.
It also helps if you play...
Heckling Papi Silva, eh?
Yeah, my dad was heckling me. He's like, "You got 20 minutes. You're not gonna finish." I'm like, "Shut up, Dad. I'm trying to focus." And he's like, "Come on, everybody else is done." He's like, "Everybody else is done. You're the last one always in every game." And I was like, "Shut up, Dad."
I'll be honest. I brought an army. I knew I could play really fast, so I had time to record shit between games.
Yeah,
so.
I know you did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's.
I'll be honest. I've had luck. I've only had great opponents the entire ETC this year.
Yeah.
So.
I will say that he was a good and strong opponent. I enjoyed playing against him. I think he's a good player.
Just enjoy playing against you.
No, because, and I think that's the case actually. That he has. When you look at the start of the game, exactly like the demon game, you look and say, "Well, I'm just going to walk over and slap the fuck out of him. I will wipe the smirk off Herminard's face." Right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who doesn't want to? Who doesn't want to? Right?
I didn't want to wipe the smirk off your face.
Oh, okay, then rub the smirk off my face. I don't care.
I had to play your guy Andreas.
Yes. He's a hella good guy.
Dude, I love that. There was like turn 1, your coach walks by, and the game just started. Everybody just started their first 10-minute, in the beginning, and he walks over to our table, and like half my army's already charged into something.
Yes.
And he's like, "What happened?" And he goes, "He called out the wog."
Yes. Oh, you wogged him. Ah, nice.
On turn 1, yes.
Well, yeah, why not? No, like wogs have to wait to the crucial turn 6 charge. It's like, "I'm coming for you, boy." Wog. I like it. Yeah, that's sexy style. And that's it. People become so concerned with that how their models perform is somehow connected to how skilled a nerd they are. Fuck that. I mean, fuck that. Seriously. Don't you think?
Skilled nerds.
People become so obsessed with am I skilled enough to be a nerd? You mean? You feel me? People stop playing games because they're not skilled enough at being nerds. What is that? It's about the enjoy. It's about the immersion. It's about the stories.
Herminard.
Is what?
What
are you saying, Blonde Bear?
He said you should join his team.
Why should I join?
We really don't rate skill as something on the table. This year we have one of our players who's a really decent or great player even, and he just had a game of bad luck. So yeah, shit happens.
No, bad luck doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
It does not exist.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, it does.
Sometimes Loki is out to play. You cannot stop this. You cannot say it's bad.
But you're telling that to the guy who had 41 misfires at the ETC, so there is something as bad luck.
No, there is something as bad luck. I had a game where I charged 4 chariots into a unit of 12 bloodletters. Okay, again, 12 bloodletters, 4 chariots. Okay, and I killed 5. Okay,
it's not bad luck.
What is that? Luck. What is that? I charged him.
It's something that happens. Would you rather not have it? Would you rather we fight each other with statistical means? Where we eliminate all statistic anomalies? I bet the Swedes and the Germans would be really good at that game.
I'm saying, if I hit you with 46 impact hits, okay?
Yes.
On average, and one of them is my general, okay?
Yes.
46 plus 4 impact hits.
What is the strength of the impact hits of the general?
Strength 5. They're all strength 5. But the general is getting 5 attack, strength 6.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. Okay. And you're gonna tell me 12 bloodletters. I only killed 5.
Yes.
That's bad.
I think
maybe you didn't have bad luck.
It is an anomaly. Okay. Let me tell you of why I no longer believe in poor luck. I played against Halvar once, some years ago, with high elves against Undying Dynasties with Sphinxes, and I rolled, and I'm not shitting you, 90 dice. 90 dice, not 1 6 to wound. It can happen. 90 dice. You sure?
Yeah. There's always a chance.
Exactly. There's always a chance. If the trickster god wills it, you cannot stop it.
Trickster god.
Other instance. Halvar is playing in Sweden. In Sweden Masters. A flame cannon shoots at his general. Okay?
Okay.
The general has the 3 up ward save, reroll once. But he also has the dragon helm, so he has a 2+ ward save, reroll once, right?
Yeah.
So he fails. No, he also has the lucky shield. So he fails the lucky shield, fails the ward save, fails the ward save again. Then the cannon shot bounces through 3 trolls, kills all of them. Bam, bam, bam. Well, they don't get regen saves, but he still has to roll 4+ on each to kill them. Then he hits the mage, and the mage also has a 3+ ward save, and he also fails that. Calculate that cannon shot. Also, of course, he has to bounce 8 inches. When you end up dealing with statistic anomalies like this, you have to just release. You have to realize that you cannot protect yourselves from the tricks of Loki. Yeah, it's impossible.
But that is still technically bad luck.
No, it is just that the trickster god decided to play with you. It's not bad. Bad luck means a bad thing. Okay, let me tell you about the last game I played against Thundercock.
Which one?
The Thundercock.
There's 2 of them. Which one?
Felix.
Felix.
The real Thundercock. The boy that puts thunder into the Thundercock.
There's 3 Thundercocks?
It's Felix.
Yeah, you have Alex, you have Yomaris, and you have Felix.
No, Felix is the real one. Them others, nah, I don't know. They don't pack the meat. If you call yourself Thundercock and you don't pack the meat, nah, I don't know. But Felix is a real Thundercock. So, in our game, we had the, dice. Dice go high, dice go low. And it was a great game. But I'm not going to talk about the game. I'm going to talk about the sportsmanship. The spirit that he showed. It was immense. It was a true pleasure to play him. It was not possible to finish turn 6. Because we had like 400 models and 30 units on the table. With the ambushing MSU Beastmen against my MSU Empire. It was impossible to get all the turns in. So he won because we couldn't get all the turns in. That's not a problem at all. It was a great game. And every single time, I roll an abnormal good roll. No matter if it's a bad roll for him. I get an up 5. High 5 for your good roll, sir. Right? And if I roll some really shitty dice, like I need a lot of 2+ and I roll a lot of 1s, I get it down low. The handshake. And opposite. If he needs like 4 to get in on the charge and he rolls 1, 1, 2, he gets the handshake. Or if he needs to wound me on a lot of 5+ and he rolls 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 and a 2, he gets the high 5. Every single time. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So just to appreciate that Loki is by the table. You know? Well, perhaps not metaphysically speaking, but in spirit. With us. Like nerds. We just say that some people up there at the top tables cheat. Let's just tell it like it is. They cheat.
Yeah.
They cheat in many ways. In despicable ways. In ways that are not worthy of calling themselves nerds. It's true, yes?
I'll take away your nerd card.
Yeah, I'll take your nerd card and I'll rip it to pieces and I'll spit at your models. No, I don't. I will withdraw your license to roll dice.
I will steal your Cownado.
I will steal your Carnado. Cargador. Marigón. So, but here we're bottom tables. Nothing to play for. Like figurative bottom players. Total high fives. Total handshakes. And it's that kind of spirit that you should see. And the connection that some people have with themselves, that I am somehow so much of a skilled nerd that I don't have to enjoy what I'm doing. I get to behave in total rude manners with other players, like complete disregard of what's a fun experience to join. I think that's just is unheard of. It's not something we should accept.
Yeah. For the record, guys, on the sportsmanship level and on the fact that I played Herminard here, all right, I've never played Herminard before, all right, and this is my first year running Team Mexico in ETC. So we have to play each other round 1, and I sit down across the table from him, right, and there was chaos going on behind me. There was a bunch of questions. We couldn't find players or something like that, right? But Herminard comes out. He's wearing just a robe. Just a robe. Okay, I don't want to know if there was anything underneath or not, Herm. But he has a pouch on his robe. All right?
Balls.
He has balls, yeah. He has a pouch. He pulls out of this pouch this giant fucking, like, machete. All right? He pulls out this fucking huge-ass knife. And he's like, it is custom. And he pulls out reindeer heart. I am not fucking kidding you. He pulled out a reindeer heart. Chopped a piece off the heart. And he's like, you must eat it. And I'm looking at my team like, well, he fucking has a giant knife in my face. I think I kind of have to eat it. I just wanted to... Huh?
And then there was the goat. And then there was the stag.
Oh, a stag. Yes. I couldn't remember what the third one was.
The stag was not so good this year, but the reindeer heart was really good.
The reindeer heart and the goat was good.
Gormander was good.
Well,
and I was actually kind of...
the goat was the best.
The goat is very, very good as well. Very good.
I honestly got really hungry during the middle of my game, and I went up to Herminard and said, "Can I get more goat, please?" Because I needed something to hold me off. It was delicious. It was delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, my wife agrees. She also finds my goat very good. My wife agrees.
But it was we voted for you guys as our best sports team because it was just the funnest game. It was like the fun. Like everybody on my team was like, you guys deserved it. It was like the funnest team to play against. Unfortunately, you guys didn't win it again this year. The newcomers came out and took it away from you.
No, it was the return New Zealand. New Zealand. I mean, you went from Mexico. All right, that's a fair journey. They came from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't like buy half their team with the pesetas and good looks. They brought their full team.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really happy that New Zealand won the sport.
Oh, I am too.
Yeah. I mean, I could not have lost best sports to a better team. I'm thrilled that we lost best sports because even if we put in our best effort, we were still smashed. That's great. That means some other team was just that much better. And the Irish are also a really great team for spirits, like immense spirits. And we lost to them too, but by a very fair margin. And I'm thrilled that we lost to the Irish. Because even if we put in our best effort to get best sports, they just smashed us. And that is truly great. I mean,
Irish have a long tradition of winning sportsmanship as well.
Yeah. And in the end, if we look at the shield points, well, Norway shared 9th place with Turkey. Yeah.
Where's the
shield points?
Where's the shield points posted?
They're pointed somewhere on the internet. I can find it. Do you want me to find them for you?
I'm on Tourney Keeper. Is it on there or no?
No, I don't think.
I think it's on the
I'll find them real
War.
quick. I will find them real quick. So, say something. I'll be right back.
Okay. Something.
Oh my God, shut up.
You're so clever, guys. Okay, let me read them out really quick.
Just
best painted.
Send me the link so I can post it on UB so they know what we're looking at.
Yo,
send me
here.
Send it to me in the FB.
Or on Skype. It's coming here.
Oh, okay, it's on Skype. 1 second.
It's Skype. I posted it on UB. You want to Facebook as well?
Oh, there we go.
So best painted, we get Argentina. I mean, what is that? Argentina? I didn't know they could even play. I played against the Charming Stellar. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Yeah, me too. The first one, the older guy or the younger one?
The younger one.
The rats?
I don't know what army. Yeah, I played the rats. Yes.
Okay.
We played the rat army that I wanted our team to play.
I played the high elf one.
Yeah. So they get the best painted, and I see some like Turkey. Did you look at their armies? They were like smashing.
I thought Ukraine, should have took it for best painted. I walked around, I looked at all the armies, and I mean there's some really good armies. Like Russia's really good, but I honestly have to say Ukraine should have won it, and they're not even on the second.
And especially after last year. Yeah, everybody remember the tuna can sky sloops incident?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy got his model stolen just a couple of days before the event.
Yeah.
And them Eastern
countries, I've heard different stories about that, Herminard.
Hungary, or Ukraine, or when you had Belarus, all of these teams.
Yeah.
The Czech teams, they always deliver models that were like smashing in presence.
Yeah.
But this year we get Argentina, and I'm thrilled for it. I mean, to come from Argentina, to win best painted, you get 5 points for the shield. Brilliant. And then other people, it's Australia, also very nice gents. Denmark, Russia, Scotland, Belgium, get best painted. Not really solid nerds that totally deserve their honor for good paintings.
The nerd honors.
And then for generalship, there's a lot of things that could be said about the generalship.
What's generalship considered?
It's overall winning for it's like
it's the actual yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We said that the generalship, that's the real thing. That's the thing that matters. Like if best painted or best sports don't matter in the experience.
Oh no.
That
to
is
me it does,
bollocks.
obviously.
Yeah. So in generalship we have Poland, Sweden, Russia, Denmark, USA, France, England, Spain, Turkey, Swiss. Yeah, all good. Lots of solid nerds, lots of solid players. Some players who should be a better version of themselves. I told this to Jesse Brzezinski, Furion.
Oh.
I told him, Furion, why you do this? Why do you insist on losing the competition against yourself to be the better version of you that you can be? Why? Everybody knows you're a good player. Why you have to do like this? Why you don't want to win this competition, huh? I think maybe he will change a little bit until somebody starts rolling the dice.
You know, my dad would come up to me because he's the coach, and he would come up to me in the middle of the games, and I'd be like, "How's our team doing?" And he would tell me some people are losing. There was a couple players on my team who kept losing, and you know, I wasn't like, what the fuck, do this, what the fuck, do. I never ever said that. I was just like, all right, that's what happened. You know what I mean? It's like part of the game.
Yeah.
And I went up to every one of my players. I'm like, "Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having fun?" You know?
Yeah.
Because that's all that mattered to me was are my 7 other players there and my coach having fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. And exactly, James. Exactly. And if I may, I have an announcement. I'm jumping off the singles circuit. Next month, I will bring my son. He's 17 years old. He has never played the game of Fantasy. He will join me with 4,500 points of crazy Orcs and Goblins. Then I will bring my little brother. He will be playing... he has never played the game of Fantasy. He's a total noob. We will playing MSU Dark Elf Infantry combat list. Total noob. And then lastly, I will bring my girl, Solveig, 11 years old. She will be bringing all the dinosaurs and heroes of the Soren Ancients. And she is the reigning champion of the world over most wins over Herminard ever. And I dare any fucker come grab her throne.
So here's my question about sports or about the shield points is, what does that mean? Like if just say I got 15 points on shield points, but Poland has 20 on just the generalship award there alone.
Yes.
I can explain. The shield is not just the Knight Age; it's also 40k, Flames of War, X-Wing, everything else.
Okay.
That's the scoring of all the games.
Yes.
Okay.
That's true. Yes.
For example, Poland probably won the shield. I don't really care, so I don't know. But if they won Flames of War and they won Knight Age, they got second at 40k, for example, they'll take the shield and they can be proud of it, I think, or something like that.
Oh, so if there was a Team Mexico in Flames of War, their shield points combines with my shield points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly so. Yeah. So you get a total win.
Yeah. If there was a matching Team Mexico somewhere else.
So, but I'm only bringing these 3 people for this last tournament. Then I'm finished playing singles for a very long time. I'm out of it.
All right.
Because I don't believe that the format of singles is any good to nerds. It's very good at picking out the 1 or 2 or 3 players who are dead set on playing whatever is most powerful at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's really bad format for recruiting and enjoying the game. So I'm going to
Also
play
the way-
almost
also the way you
exclusively
set up
team
tournaments,
games. What do you say, Blonde Bear?
It's also the way you set up your tournaments. In our scene, we have lots of single tournaments, and they're just casual tournaments. So we have 100 players just slowly learning the game while playing tournaments. Top players, if they go overboard with the list, they get some feedback from the rest of the community. So that's one way to go.
No. Singles, fuck them. I don't like them. I mean, I've in Norway I have won, I don't know, maybe 10 singles in my last 12 tournaments, and I'm tired of it. Not because I'm winning, but because I'm not managing to recruit nerds at the same time. This is why I want to explore a new format. The 3-player team. Because when you have small teams, you can just take one player that's like sort of okay good, and you can take whatever nerds that want to play a little bit.
We have
And just have them join.
we have
And then
a couple
Yeah.
Spaniard mercenaries on our team.
Yeah.
And when I was asking him, like, hey, like I had one player, and I was like, "Do you know anybody else?" He's like, "Yeah, I got this other guy." And then I'll go, "Okay," so we would recruit him. Then I go, "Do you know anybody else? Because we need one more player."
Yeah.
And then they were like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah.
we know this." But the thing is, the people they were giving us, they would start giving us statistics on how well they would do overall, and pretty much majority of their games in Spain are team games. They are
yes.
4-man games. Like, you know, you have to bring 4 players. So these guys, so I thought that was interesting too. It's really, really, really hard to do only a team game in the United States because
Why?
Because first off, the United States is much bigger and there's a lot less players in condensed areas. You know?
That is the best argument against singles.
Why?
Because the threshold, James, for playing the game should be that my total noob son of 18 and my total noob brother of 18 and a half and my girl aged 11 should be able to join me if I have the miniatures for them. They should just learn the rudimentary rules and be able to play and enjoy.
I don't know. We used to bring a guy around every tournament. His name was Dan. And
Yes.
I love Dan. He's a good friend of mine. He's a great guy.
For singles or for teams?
For singles, but he would always lose.
Exactly.
Always. So then we went to a tournament in Michigan, which was the last time I saw Dan at a tournament. And I was like, you know, I saw him at the bottom tables, and I go up to him, and I was like talking to him, and you know, I'm like, how'd your game go, and whatever. And I started giving him advice, like maybe you should do this or this or this. And he goes, go back to your top tables over there. Leave the little guys down here.
Exactly. He doesn't want it.
No, he was like,
And then when I face people that I know, well, they are maybe not as interested in maxing out on tactics and moves and whatnot, and I play them, and I feel that I have to, like, in face of the other guys on my ETC team, I have to give them like a proper competition for who's going to win the tournament. So I have to end up drubbing noobs, or not noobs, but players that I know don't invest as much time as I do into the game.
yeah.
Right? It's a really poor experience. While if I were doing the team tournament, I could pair so that one of my team players who maybe have a lot of bad luck, I give him a good matchup, just for the good matchup. So I could give myself a poor matchup, so I could still hone my skills at the game, or just fuck the skills, just enjoy the game.
See, I don't know about that because we went to a team tournament in Virginia.
Yes.
This was a couple months ago, and we had one player on our team who's never played 9th Age. He played 8th Edition back in the day.
Yes.
You know, so and he, you know, they were doing reviews on the list, and everybody was like, his list sucks. His list is the worst list. So we know he's gonna lose. He's on our team. We know he's gonna lose no matter what, and it really sucks to go ahead and say, hey, who did we lose? Blonde Beer? Yeah, we lost Blonde Beer.
He'll be back.
There we go.
He'll be.
Blonde Beer, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So it really sucks to tell him, like, and then we would go against teams that were like, they have one or two really, really good players, and then like the rest we could probably beat up on, and be like, well, you're gonna have to play the hardest guys so that way we could get maxed out on points. Because if we give him a shitty player, we know he's gonna lose because he's not, you know, he's not developed yet.
Yes. So what? So what? So what? Then you have multi-pronged ways to attack that situation. One, you could just help him improve his game understanding and his list. His list should come from his own game understanding and how he wishes to play the game, right?
Okay.
So, but maybe a little bit, like small tips, like this is good. This works good with this. Try this. Here's a list. Here's a list I like within your race. Try this list, right? And then he will develop, right? Okay. While in singles, and if he has a team around him, there will always be like at least 2 or 3 guys on the team that are interested in him doing well, right?
Okay.
They want him to develop his list, his playstyle, to be a useful tool to their team. While if it is singles, it is the opposite, where you don't really mind him struggling in the mud with his list. If he's not moving his list to anywhere productive, trotting backwaters, going into the deadwoods, you're all fine with it, because that means your chances of doing well in the singles increases, because you might meet this player early on and smash him for 20-0 easy, right?
So that's not how I think, though.
You don't. I don't say you do this, James.
I know.
I said that is how the current works.
Yeah.
I don't say that you follow the current.
What about you,
right?
Blonde Beer? What were you trying to say?
Well, when we have a tournament and I know somebody's showing up who's new to the game, I always have I run a lot of tournaments as a TO, so I always have a couple of players who are not there to win. They're just to have fun. They don't mind explaining the game to a new player, so I just pair them up the first round. Then the second round, if they're somewhat roughly in the right point size, you just pair up the next guy who will explain them the game. We have about 1 or 2 tournaments a month, which I organize. So if you do that for a couple of months, I've seen players start really bad, and just a couple of months of that experience, just playing against friendly, helpful players, but who do understand the game, which is important. Then their level of the game skyrockets. They become really great, really fast. I think that's just the way more communities should set it up. A TO is more than just making sure that the tables and terrain and everything is running on time. It's also looking at the players and helping them.
I came from the experience myself where I was a noob coming to the game, and I mean my first real tournament, it's all on YouTube. You can go back to my first videos and see the first few games I played because I just started with it, right? But I was just happy to get 5 games. You know, my first real tournament, I was happy I got a win. You know.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, this is true, James. It's true what Jan Willem say as well. But okay, let me put it this way: when you play singles,
one moment. I do agree with your statement as well, because in our country, at Lars Sander, they organize Bloodstorm. Once a year, they have a team tournament, but it's with random players. So you just show up, and then you get randomly drawn into a team.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome.
That is.
Yeah, and then, for example, 2 years ago, we had 2 of the ETC players in the team with 2 guys that were really, really new in the team.
Yes.
So we took the time between games to help them explain how the army worked, and before the match started, we said, right, try to play like that.
No. You take the 2 weakest players, and you pair them into the teams of the strongest players.
Yeah, no, we tried just
the
to help
strongest
them.
players have to have the weakest players on the team.
Yeah, we have a random setup. At least they have.
Then you will see some development really quick.
Yeah,
well,
but
it doesn't even have to be the strongest players, just the most competitive players.
Yeah,
the really tryhards.
Usually have that random deployment anyway. I can't really remember any time we had a team with just EPC players, for example.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Even ETC players have friends. Bring some.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you though, Herminard. I don't
Oh.
entirely disagree with you either. I just like to give both sides of the the view there, But I do like one of our
I might be tarring a bit on purpose.
huh?
I might be tarring a bit on purpose.
That's fine. But I did like one of our earliest games. My brother and we used to play at the Dice Dojo all the time, and then it's the store by us. And then there was a team tournament going on in Chicago, and it was my first team tournament ever that was like this style. It was like ETC style, where it was like, you have to pick your matches, and you got to, you get your total points from your team. And we ended up taking we took second place at that one. And it was my brother, myself, and Dan, even though Dan took a lot of the bad matches, and then one of our other guys, and we did really well with the team. Yeah. And to me, I felt, or to my brother specifically, he felt like that was the moment when we made a name for ourselves. That was the moment where we would show up to the Chicago events. Nobody really cared because we're always on the bottom. Yes. But now the Silver Brothers have popped up to the top,
Yes.
And I feel like that team environment is. I like both.
Exactly.
I like both.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
I
would shun
singles. All games essentially in the end. Well, not all, but 98% of games will be head-on-head, right? So you have to enjoy the head-on-head format, right? But the team spirit, and even more so, the enjoyment of other people's lists and results and matchups, you involve a lot more in how the others do, what they get, what they pair, what they like, normally in singles, when people start talking about, okay, so then I play this vampire list, and I'm like, okay, yeah, so you play this vampire list, and it was a bone wall, and you didn't get anywhere. Fine, end of story. Took me 1.5 hours to listen to. Fine, but if it is a team match, I will say, okay, so what did you do? How did you crack the nut? How did you rip his backline apart? Did you try to attack the wagons, right? So I try to involve myself in his game, because his game reflects into my game, because maybe I took punishment so he could get a better matchup, or opposite, right? So maybe he only get 6 points against vampires, and I can say, good work, very good work. Your 6 points reflected on my 20-point win, so we get 13 points each for contribution. Good work, right? Instead of like, okay, so you took 6 points against vampires. How long are you going to listen to that story for a singles match? I mean,
a lot of people watch my videos.
I'm not saying your videos are shit, James.
I know
your videos are quite nice.
I get 0 points on vampires per hour.
Yeah, they're quite nice. Yeah, I'm just saying that I personally don't get the same experience from listening to singles matches as I do how I involve myself in how team players of my own team do in a team scenario. It's much more interesting to me. So this is why I will take a long pause from singles, and maybe never return. I don't know.
Herminard, quick question. Don't you guys have double tournaments in Norway?
We had some double tournaments. Double tournaments are also okay, but the problem with double tournaments is that you get so fucking annoyed with what the other person does on your table. And it's like, it's your unit. Sure, you can move it there if you want to, but it's a really bad idea. So you get like this small tension on the table. Right? Even the wackiest games I played, if I try to really just get in the wacky zone, I still like, oh, why are you doing this for? This is stupid. Fucking go fuck off, man.
I played quite a few doubles with my brother, and me and him never, and I mean never, ever have an issue where we think it's a bad move. We think in unison. We're brothers, all right? But I played a doubles game with a guy when my brother couldn't make it because he was sick. And that game, I was like arguing with him every 10 seconds, like, "Oh God, don't do that! No, let's don't make that move. No, it's better to use the bows this way."
And then I have a bigger problem with it.
What?
And that's that. If I play doubles, and my teammate will say, Herminard, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What is the best move? What is the best list? Where do I move this? Should I deploy this on 8.5 or on 8.0 inches? Right?
Yep.
I don't feel he's even there. Right? It's like I'm playing myself with against two opponents with 4 arms.
I played a guy in a doubles tournament where one guy went to go take a shit and the other guy was there and he's like, I don't know what to do.
Yes. Yes. And that's also not a good experience. So, but if I may explore further on the concept of the team tournament that I think that should be very interesting to play, may I? James?
What? Yeah, go on. You want to bring up your tournament?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, I don't care. We've been talking for like 3 hours.
I'll just touch on it real quick. Firstly, I think that I would like to explore warbands. 3,000 points. Just because it's smaller. And smaller is quicker. Because it's not about me. I like the big format. But some of the nerds don't. Some find it a bit straining. So we will reduce the format from the big format to the biggest small format. 3,000 points. Right?
Okay.
And then we will kill one game. From 5 to 4. Right?
Okay.
And then we'll have 4 games. The first game will be the skirmish. In the skirmish, everybody will play breakthrough. With pairings, like ETC. One against one. And with the different deploys. And then the second game, the game of the evening of the Saturday, will be the clash. And in the clash, you have all 3 players on one table against all 3 players of the other team on one table.
Yeah.
So you get the full kabang. And they will do the counter trust deploy. So you have to deploy alternatively. Bam, 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 bam. Right?
It takes so much time.
No, not with 3. It is 3,000 points each. I've tested out.
Yeah, but still
It
6
works
players.
very smoothly. It works very smoothly. They don't play on 4x6 tables. They play on 4x4 tables because we have reduced the size of the army by 35%. Then we also reduce the tables by 33.34%. And then they will play flags. And also it's Saturday night. So what if they play until 2 o'clock in the morning? It's the Saturday night game. And then on the Sunday, they will play the game called The Aftermath, where we will have some maybe some random events. And then finally, we will play The Spoils of War. That is secure target and whole ground scenarios. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, after watching Game of Thrones, The Spoils of War just means you're going to play with more points than the other person.
Yes. No spoilers. But the reason why I'm looking forward to it is that I see that there is a wave of nerds that are enthusiastic to come. Like a lot of them. Maybe we could be, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 teams from Norway. And we haven't had that in a long time. So I have to look beyond what I think that is the strongest competitive scene for me and look into what will bring the more enjoyment to the nerds. And I don't think it's singles. It doesn't smell like singles. Oh, and one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. Since noobs find army lists a bit hard to build, we will give them some leeway and just tell the percentages to go fuck themselves. Just why not? We have to test the robustness of the balance anyway.
I'm going to singles. I'm going to a team event in not this weekend, but the next weekend.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Singles.
Team Juice Crew.
Yeah. What are you bringing?
Me, I'm bringing the same list that I brought to ETC just because I haven't had time to play with other lists. Just got back.
Boring.
Huh?
I said boring.
I like my
Boring.
list, man.
I think it's boring. Okay, so but I need some advice from you, James.
Okay.
My oldest son has never played the game before. He just wants all the crazy, batshit crazy, fun stuff that Orcs and Goblins can bring.
Oh.
So obviously, Koopa is coming.
Okay. Why is he crazy?
Because he has.
Why is Koopa crazy?
Why he wants the crazy list? Why he wants the crazy list?
No. Why is Koopa crazy?
Because he just spoink, and just bam, and just his random moves.
No, he's not. He's a spider.
He's a spider.
Koopa's
Yeah,
a
he
spider.
moves. Who has the random move? It's the
squig hoppers. No, I was gonna say go.
no, the Squig Hoppers.
If you-
The pumpkins.
Oh. I was gonna say if you want all the crazy shit, I would just go straight to squigs. All the squigs.
Yes, squigs, and then the squig machines, and he wants all the war machines, and he wants the wrecking teams, and he wants the mad gits, and he wants probably some single trolls, and he wants just all of that.
I don't think single trolls are worth it anymore. Because
Worth?
no,
What do you
because
mean worth?
no,
You don't
because,
think it's crazy?
no, the single trolls are they made them so expensive to buy just one
Yes.
that it's not worth it to buy just one.
I know, and I disagreed with it. It did not follow the pricing policy that I proposed, and I think they are suffering from it.
Well, I think
But more so, I think that units that don't have a musician should be able to swift reform. It's so clumsy to play a unit that can't swift reform.
yeah.
It's just take a lead test and just swift reform about it. And if they have the musician, fine, do it auto.
My buddy Phil Carl will love to hear that, but
Who would?
I'm not, my buddy because he plays a tree man army and they don't have musicians.
Yeah, it would solve all the issues with the ghouls and the dryads, etc. Also, they don't really need the musician. They just need to be able to do a swift reform.
Yeah.
So what else would you bring? You would bring the squigs? What else would you bring? The hoppers or the herds?
Both. If you want crazy, go both.
That's
Yeah.
four. And the big spiders.
That's not crazy.
It's a little bit crazy.
That's expected. If you want
If you bring the if you bring the combat mage, he's the lord.
if you want crazy, you have to go with the idol.
You're making art, James.
Maybe.
Okay. Not bad. Okay.
Anyways. Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
What else is there? We're closing.
The idol.
Yeah, so I said the idol.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If you want crazy, if you want fun stuff, you would bring Mad Gits. You would bring the Savage Orcs, because like I'm talking about not thinking about actual productivity, just thinking about having fun with it, you know. And if
Exactly,
the
James. Just as if it's just trying to have a good time.
yeah, I would bring
I mean, who the fuck does that?
a couple hordes of like the Savages, the Nashers, and then like one other horde or something, and then bring a bunch of goblins with Mad Gits and just throw them out there. Or he could do the one giant block of like 50 cave goblins with the 3 fanatics and bows. Take the character who has the Vanguard move them up on the Vanguard, and then release all your fanatics in the beginning.
I don't think giant hordes are crazy. I think they're opposite. They're very safe.
I think no. I
I
don't think,
played a tournament with just Goblin Wolf Riders and Goblin Wolf Rider characters. That was fun.
I think that's awesome though. I honestly think that is fun. Like I constantly think about making a unit of Goblin Wolf characters and playing them off as chaff until somebody realizes they're an actual unit of characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I
like
just had Goblin Wolf Riders.
units of 15, 20 ferals just running around.
That's what Carl Eric did, didn't he?
Yeah, just going crazy with it. Yeah. It is. But it looked like a fun list, but it was very specialized for breakthrough.
Ah.
But it's a good list for breakthrough. Iron Orcs and Savage Orcs, no, Feral Orcs, and then random movers for controlling.
What I found invaluable for Breakthrough, because I played Breakthrough a few times, is Witchcraft. Witchcraft, to me, was the only reason I could compete in Breakthrough. Giving myself extra movement, giving myself the magic move.
Yeah.
But
quicker magic moves. Yeah.
But for the most part, they took out a lot of the fun. Not that they took it out, but they dumbed down a lot of the dumb fun stuff in Orcs and Goblins.
Yes.
And I find it harder to make those like, oh shit, anything could happen moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Pink
less
elephant.
Yeah. No foot of gork stomping your own guys on accident. No Doom Divers accidentally shooting into the ass of your own guys. I mean, those are bad things for Orcs and Goblins, but it's also you know, it can happen, and it was also kind of fun because it could.
Yeah. Makes good stories.
Exactly, makes good stories. Exactly.
Yes.
Fucking.
To me, if I look at, I mean, how many games have I played? I don't know. I just don't know.
Okay.
I probably since for the last almost 2 years, that's 700 days. Maybe I played, well, not 700 battles, but almost.
Okay.
For 9th Age. And all my best memories are team games. Every single one. I can't explain it. Because they just are. Yeah. Because of the involvement and the team spirit. I think, did you read about Grefte?
About what?
Wilhelm. The Danish. Wilhelm Grefte.
No, I haven't.
No. You gonna tell him, Brown Bear?
Tell him what? Sorry.
Tell him about Grefte.
I'm not sure I can talk about it, Herminard.
Oh.
I am a savage. I am a savage. I will talk about what the fuck I want to. Grefte is taking a break.
Okay.
Because, partly for several reasons. Because of energy, because of time, but also partly because it does not agree with the direction of the project.
Yeah, I can see that. I know a lot of people who do that.
Yeah, and part of it is the same reasons that you mentioned about some of the wacky stuff getting removed.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I mean, like, whatever.
Yes.
Like my opinion doesn't matter too much because people say they listen, but then they don't really give a fuck what I say. I went to Nottingham in London, or in the UK, right? And I went to the Warhammer World, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's nice to see all the beautiful models with master fucking painters and all that, and it was a fucking great experience, right? But when I walked out, I was with my dad. I walked out of it, and this is last week, and I just said, "Hey, you know what? It made me realize. It made me realize how much the fluff mattered.
It does, yeah.
It made me feel like those were just deep, rich worlds." And to us, we're arguing about statistics and shit. And that's what we spend so much time doing, is arguing over statistics on fucking forums. And I go, but like, you know, when we played 8th edition fantasy, you know, it was like, this shit happened, oh, that's so broken, but you understood why it happened. It had a reasoning behind it. There was fluff behind it. There was funny stories behind it. There was, you know.
Wow, there's this and that about that story.
Yeah.
But I certainly agree that 9th Age need to catch up on the storytelling.
Yep.
The balance of 9th Age is more robust than 8th edition ever was. In any format. Way more robust than we ever managed to do for any of the ETCs.
Yeah.
The balance is super robust. But still, we are spending heaps of energy on balance.
Yep.
Right? More balance. We need to nerf more. We need to exclude this. Reduce that.
And I think that's what's taken away from our player base. Yes. I think that's taken away from...
It is killing the player base.
Yeah.
We need to make the suspension of disbelief, the immersion, the evocation, the storytelling. We need it to bring them sparks back to life.
You know what drew me into Ninth Age to begin
Problem
with?
with that is,
Go ahead.
What was that?
Go ahead, Beer.
the problem with that is that our background team is doing a lot of work, but it's not easy creating a complete setting. And it's easier to find people who want to work in balance than it's people who can actually draw artwork, craft fusion stories, etc.
I feel like that's a
So it's
jab.
just,
I feel like that's a jab because I'm an artist.
well, if you're an artist, you should try signing up.
Hell no, I don't have time. I have.
Yeah, but that's one of the big problems. We have finding people who can actually create beautiful artwork for free. That's more difficult than finding just people who wanna
I would
work in
make.
VR or wanna
that.
handle
I would
Twitter.
make that shit for free and then sell prints. So anybody who's watching, who's an artist, you make the artwork for the books and you sell your prints or you sell posters, and it's super cheap to make, and then you sell them out there. I'm just saying, I would do it, but I have no fucking time. Right now, I'm trying to cook while I'm making YouTube videos.
Yeah, but
That was
that's the problem
nice.
with a lot of our story creators. It's time and energy,
Yeah.
which is a shame because I would prefer to have more background as well.
Yeah. No, the world, just seeing the the display boards they had and the dioramas and everything. It was just like I miss that. You know.
And that's one of the reasons we set up these Night Scroll to promote the world around the gaming instead of just the gaming.
Pardon, was that? I got a little distracted here.
Are you smoking pot?
I said that
Not smoking pot, but my wife is smoking hot.
Smoking hot. That's awesome.
Yes.
no, but like I said, the scroll is a gap for now to release some of the artwork in the background and everything else, till we can actually release the full army books, the rest of them.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, and I was going to say it earlier, one of the original reasons why what drew me to the Ninth Age, and it was like immediately after, the crash of Warhammer Fantasy
Yes.
was, my friends were like, why don't we try Ninth Age? And I looked into it, and then the minute, like, it was like a week or two where nobody played at the Dice Dojo, and then all of a sudden the next week everybody came in and sat down, and we looked at it, and then we were like, oh my god, they gave this unit this, they gave this unit that, and they get buffs to this and buffs to that and buffs to this, and immediately your brain starts racking up like, what can I do with this, and what can I do with that, what can I do with this, and now I feel like the stage of Ninth Age right now, it's like, what can they take away? What can they stop doing? What can they? And it hurts so much to.
It does. It does. And we need to kill this negative message. We need to kill the negative message. If we don't kill the negative message, we just are committing a very honorable seppuku. We are. And when we talk about balance, there's a lot to talk about. If we increase, we get into the power spiral, right? Where everything becomes OP, right?
See, here's
but from any point, from any single point, if you either nerf or buff, you're either looking towards a downward spiral or the upward spiral in power, right?
Yeah, something else will step up.
If I have to choose, I think just the message that we give to the nerds is so immensely much more positive. If we said, we're not going to touch your build will be left perfectly alone. But look at these other options that we made for you. That might now mean that you have other builds available, right? Because now we people who are like hiding their builds. They don't want to talk about their builds. And if we do changes, it's nerfs to their builds. They need to search for the next thing that works.
Somebody found my Tornado. Holy shit!
Did it?
Yeah, somebody
found the Tornado.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it right here, right now. Predicted. I predicted it.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see who has it. Hey, found the Tornado. Danny has it. Okay. Let's. Okay, I'll deal with them in a second. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Just that the consequence of nerfs is sometimes better balance. Not always, but sometimes, right? But we are not sure if it's better balance or not. But what we do know is that it will kill builds, right?
Yeah.
Any nerf will kill a build. So that means that the player has an army that, unless you have other models, the exact army that he has is no longer playable as it is. So we'll have to search for something that he finds that is playable, right? You catch?
Yeah.
Well, if we give buffs, not big buffs, but small buffs, to everything else that is not very powerful, he will look at his build, and he will look at maybe these models that they have standing on his shelf collecting dust, or maybe even look in a game store for new models, right? How crazy is that?
Yep.
And say, you know what? The mage on the Luminarch, I don't know. It's such a stupid model, but it's so good now.
Well,
I have to try.
Well, I always find it either A, you find the players who want to play a list built around the models they like, or B, there's the power players who play only the lists that are good. And the thing about it is you don't have to nerf the power players' armies by taking away their certain abilities or the certain things. What they need to do is just make the points cost appropriately for those abusive builds. Because if you can make the points where it's almost not worth it, that you're losing too much because the points are too invested. My number one example is the Dispel Scroll. They made the Dispel Scroll. The Dispel Scroll still has the same ability, the same power as it always has. But the fact that they've made it so expensive, you barely see it. Some people still take it, but you barely see it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, for items, this is okay. For models, I don't like it. Because in the end, it is impossible to nerf the power gamer mentality. You catch?
Yeah.
If you look at the players in the world who are like the supposed best players, and by that I mean they're not necessarily so good, they're just very interested in finding what's more powerful, right? That is their main skill. If we are honest, that is their main skill, not their moves. I'm very seldomly impressed by moves or a series of thoughts or even the deployment.
Yep.
Right? But some builds are like the Australian Crusher hero build.
Yeah.
Right? You played that.
Yeah.
It's like, I see what he did here. He genuinely tried to power game. Right? So the power gamers will always find that loophole. You can move the goalposts as much as you want. The loophole will always be there.
Yeah. It will. It always will. My number one thought process whenever I'm making a list is I am constantly making a list in my head. I have not stopping making that list because when I play a game and I lose, I want to know why I lost and what could I do to fix that.
Yes.
Okay.
And that. Yeah.
I mean, the way my brain works is I don't think of abusive lists. I don't think of like, oh, nobody's gonna stop this. I just think of how could I fix it so my game is better. You know what I mean? Now I know there's some players that I know some people personally who will only bring that list. They'll only bring, you know, the Bloodthirster with the double cannons or the Sky Sloops or you know,
Bloodthirster with double cannons, that is unstoppable.
It is. It's really rough to deal with. There's only certain builds that can deal with it, and you have to build a list specifically to deal with it, or you're gonna struggle.
Yeah. You would have to build like Empire MSU to deal with that.
Or, you know, I mean, there's hard.
I'm just kidding.
I know you're fucking. You're blowing your own smoke.
Guys, I go.
Huh?
I'm doing Steve Band. That's what I'm doing.
Dinner will be served.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta get going soon too, but.
And the forces of the game. The idea was that 1.3 was the last edition of the game where we took things away. When we're going to 2.0 with the new army books, the idea is that we'll just be adding stuff instead of removing stuff.
Yes.
yeah, PRs
Well,
for today.
tell that to the Orc and Goblin community, please, because they said, how can we fix things? And I say, you know, boar boys suck, this is how you can fix them. These guys suck, you can fix them this way. These guys suck. And then they're like, well, what are we taking away? Because we can't add stuff unless we take stuff out.
Why do you have to take them away?
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's
They're just,
a fair
they're just not
completely
appropriately costed.
based
That's all.
on any.
Boar boys suck no matter what cost you give them, dude. Unless you can take mass amounts. And even then, they'll probably still suck.
You dare me?
Huh?
Do you dare me?
Dare you? I'll dare you to play a game with me where you're just playing boar boys as your main bunkers, okay?
Yeah, but do you dare me that boar boys will suck no matter the cost? That's an impossible statement.
No, but I'm saying...
I'm thinking for boar boys, their base cost is probably where it should be. Their bulk cost should be higher. No, lower.
Lower. I think
Yes.
they need a special rule to make them a reason to take besides having a mount.
I think medium cavalry should be working just fine.
Mm.
What do you not like about them? They are reasonably tough.
Well-
They hit reasonably hard. If they are reasonably costed, they also have very reasonable pace and semi-reasonably mobility.
There's a whole
What are they-
there's a whole thread based on the fact that I played a game where I frickin' threw 2 characters in a boar boy unit and bounced off a wall of tribesmen, and then I just lost the grind. Tribesmen.
Of course,
Hey, guys,
they can lose a grind.
Guys, I'm gonna interrupt. I'm off for dinner. It's dinner time.
All
See you,
right,
man.
no
See you,
problem.
man.
Thank you for joining us, Blonde Beer. I'm gonna get off soon too because I'm cooking here.
I'm off soon too.
Yeah, but I'm just
All
saying.
right.
All right, see you, Blonde Beer. Thanks for joining us.
Laters. Noken in the koken.
But I think that boar boys in general, they suffer a lot of things. They suffer a low initiative. They suffer the fact that they only got 1 attack. They suffer the fact that they nerfed the boars from having a strength 5 boar charge into like a strength 4 and then strength 3 after that. It's just it's too many points for such a weak unit. And the only saving grace you could potentially do is giving a guy with the Axe of the Apocalypse on there, and then
That's not the unit. That's something else.
That's something else. That's a character. I believe, honestly, and I love my Orcs and Goblins, but I honestly believe that for Orcs and Goblins, their only good usage of points is in the spider and the characters, and a lot of the other stuff that you bring dies way too easy to everybody's army. To everybody else's army has something way better.
Okay, so here's what you get. You get for 140 points. That's old 70 points, right? Yes?
Say that again?
For old 70 points.
Mhm.
Like, imagine what would you get in the old days for 70 points?
You almost get a war machine.
For 70 points back in the days, what would you get?
Yeah, back in the day, for 70 points, you get a war machine for 90. Or
You get the war machine for 90. So here you get 5 wounds, move 7, toughness 5, 4+ save, and strength 5 on the charge.
Mhm.
No. Strength 5 on the charge, and also you get 5 strength 4 on the charge.
Herminard, again,
Yes.
you're talking about initiative 2.
Yes.
Tell me what...
Well, initiative 3 on the board. Yes.
Huh?
Initiative 3 on the board, but yes.
Oh my god, the weapon skill 3, strength 4, boars in a...
I'm not saying the initiative is immense.
No,
I'm saying that you get reasonable toughness with reasonable save and reasonable hitness for maybe a little high price for bulk. The start cost couldn't be any lower.
Herm,
70 points, that's like chaff cost.
Herm,
But to bring units, why not see units of 15 boar boys?
I would love to. I've tried so many times to make a unit of 15 boar boys because I have a lot of boar boy models.
You're not following my argument. I'm not saying that they should cost 24 points per model with no lance and no shield per bulk.
Mhm.
I'm saying this is what they do cost.
Mhm.
and they should not cost 24 points per model per bulk. But if they cost less, you might see units of 15 boar riders. Right? Why not? Because they're quite cheap. Then they would be quite cheap, quite durable, semi-hitty, quite fast. You get?
Oh, I get it.
They would be alone with no Axe of the Apocalypse. They would be a great flanking unit. Could also be a full frontal grind unit, but at least a great flanking unit.
The problem is
yes.
the base cost, the base five boar boy stat line. There's basically nothing in the game besides like War Machine and archers that they can handle. Oh, and chaff. You know, I made a Photoshop picture. It's on one of the forums where it's like that old Games Workshop picture where all the boar boys are charging and they're like screaming, and all it is a bunch of poodles in front of them. Because that's all they do is chase dogs.
Okay, fine. I will take the challenge.
Okay.
I will in 2.0.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes, or if 2.0 is delayed, whenever the balance patch for the current game comes, I will play Orcs and Goblins with a lot of Orc Boar Riders. Okay. I mean, I will use at least 3 units, and I will use at least 20 models.
Okay.
Yes, and they will do good. They will do important work. It's not that the rest of the army is going to do all the work, and they're just going to hide on the back line. No, they're going to do real work.
I want to see it.
I'm sure of it.
All right, Herm, I'm gonna let you go now because I'm gonna burn my food.
Yeah, I'm off.
All right, man. Thanks for joining us, and again, Blonde Beer, if you're listening back to this, thanks for joining us, Blonde Beer, and I'll see you guys.
YouTube?
Huh?
Giving the YouTube shout? Oh, giving the YouTube shout?
I don't do it at the end. I just say peace.
Oh, say peace.
Yeah, I start with the what's going on, but you did that for me.
Paz, hombre.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the questions and stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Herm, thanks for joining us. Take care.
Pleasures.
And peace.
We're out.